Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David. We were just talking about different income strategies that people like to utilize for that income potential during working years, but also hopefully being able to fill a wealth bucket. A lot of people only have that one source, which if that can't fill a wealth bucket, you might need to look at additional sources. Some people are looking at the markets. If you happen to miss that investing class that covers all the different topics on and different assets, whether it's stock, options, futures, forex, and how to utilize them for income potential, just call 952-814-4410 or just text the word invest to the number 484848. We'll send you a link back, which is that otamin.com link. So, Al, we were talking earlier, obviously we've been kind of talking a lot about wealth and retirements. And anytime we talk about wealth, we mean 401ks, IRAs, 403bs, TSPs, and really those all they are is savings accounts because it's really taught people how to save. And with markets at all-time highs right now, people, and I know there's a lot of people listening right now, are fearful of a market drop. And but here's the problem is most people are in euphoria right now, saying, oh, the market's going to continue to go up forever. Well, we know that's not going to happen. But you have to understand when that rolls over, and you got to protect your portfolio. So before we get into the insurance policy and protecting your portfolio, I want you to explain what it looks like to manage a portfolio, because a lot of our listeners probably think, hey, I just don't have the time. I work during the day, and how am I supposed to manage my portfolio? Explain it's more of management and not trading.
Well, exactly. And to be honest with you, most people are already managing a portfolio and they don't even know it. If you have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, who's actually managing it? Who's making the decisions within that plan? It's you,
yeah.
But you're probably not making many decisions, and if you do, you're probably doing it without proper advice. Maybe it's it's an opinion based on what you think might happen or should happen based on the economy.
On TV. Hey, look at Facebook stock; it's down. It's time to buy. Right? It's all this different emotions.
Right. Yeah, and that's. I'm glad you mentioned emotions because that's one of the things you have to control if you want to be successful in the markets. How do you control emotions? You take the thinking as much as possible out of it. You take the potential panic as much as possible out of it. And the best way to do that, we found, is to follow a set of rules for everything that you do. Not only following those rules, which helps you to identify something that is a good trade or investment for you, or a bad one that you stay out of.
Let me ask you this. Do you have, as new investors, do they have to create the rules, or how does that happen?
The rules are already created for you, and if you're going to follow rules, wouldn't you like to follow rules that were set by people that know the markets and actually have been active on a consistently successful basis? Those are people that worked on Wall Street. Those are the people that put the rules together for our strategy, and then we've kind of fine-tuned that over the years. The rules get you to the point where you identify either a quality trade based on a numerical score that it's going to tell you whether it's a great trade or a good trade, and also if it's a bad trade, and by that I mean something that is going to have a limited opportunity to be successful. It's going to violate maybe your risk level, violate the number of shares you should make.
So basically it's going to walk you through to help you make smarter decisions then.
Not only that, it walks you through, but it actually tells you with an alert if you shouldn't do something.
Yep.
And for most people, or many people, that might be the most important thing, because one of the reasons people are not doing as well as the pros is they're making mistakes. They're doing things they shouldn't do. What we're talking about is a trading analysis education platform called Click that incorporates those rules, that the step-by-step process we talked about that's part of our core strategy, and it actually tells you if you shouldn't do the trade based on what is specific or unique to you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of investors or people that have 401ks, IRAs, as Al was mentioning earlier, you already are managing that portfolio because you make those decisions. They may give you, here, buy this mutual fund because it pays us a whole bunch of fees or whatever that is, right?
Right.
But it's all about having a rules-based strategy, which the rules have been created for you by investors that have been in the markets. So it's not all about creating the wheel. It's actually driving the bus, right? So if you want to learn more about driving the bus, getting into your different retirement accounts and making smart investing decisions and doing that comfortably and confidently, you got to come into one of these investing classes right here in Bloomington. Al has several years. I mean, I'm not trying to age him or anything.
Well, you just did. But
we like to have a little fun on the show.
I'm okay with that.
But you know what? That's what you need is you need several years of experience guiding you through smart investing decisions. He teaches investing classes right here in Bloomington. We're next to the Mall of America, real easy to get to. We get people coming from Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wisconsin. I mean, anywhere in Minnesota as well. People come from Duluth sometimes, and that's one of the great things is people are searching for education, and it's hands-on when you come right here in Bloomington. You can also do these virtual, so just text the word INVEST to the number 484848. When you do that, you're going to receive a link back in a text. That link is otamin.com. Also, in that text is going to be a short, I think it's about a 5-minute video on a preview of what you're going to learn in that upcoming workshop that we do right here in Bloomington or virtually. Also, I'm going to give away that Halloween snack pack, which is a quick start kit, which will help you get started right away, especially if you're brand new to the markets. So, Al, we talked about what trading looks like as an investor, how to still be able to do that if you still have a job, right? I mean, that JOB, that's really just over broke. But I want to talk a little bit more about insuring portfolios because, as I mentioned, people are in euphoria right now, feeling the market is going to go up forever, and that's that time it's a bad feeling because people are a little nervous about a market drop. Sure. How do you protect your portfolio? And even if market still goes up, how do you still protect it?
Yeah, the important thing is how do you participate as it's going up or continues to go up, but at the same time be protected in case it goes down. And the number one thing that we teach, the most important thing is risk management. The important thing is not concentrating on how much you're going to make, not what the profit's going to be, but you concentrate on not losing. Because there's really two outcomes to a trade. Risk 3, you can break even, but there's basically the two options. It's either going to be a good trade, you're right, or you're wrong. If you're right, you want to make sure that you get the maximum amount of profit that is there to be achieved, but you also want to make sure that if you're wrong, you have the minimum amount of loss possible. And you do that to the point where you have the confidence in knowing, and by the way, you can preset a trade. The trading softwares have become so sophisticated. Our Click platform will help you reach that point where you can have a trade set where your broker will automatically get you in at a certain price that you have identified, protect you if you're wrong, get you out at a minimum loss, and then also get you out if you have a profit, and a profit that's based on something that's factual. And basically what we're doing, this is hunting season, right? Are we going to hunting season?
You are exactly right.
Okay,
next weekend.
We're going to teach you how to be hunters.
Okay.
But hunters of unfilled orders.
Okay.
Because think about it. If you can find unfilled buy orders in millions of unfilled buy orders that are going to enter the market at some time in the future, if you could find out where they were, you could be positioned to take advantage of that. Because when those buy orders come into the market, it's going to drive price up. What if you could find an area where there were millions of sell orders ready to come in the market? Those are unfilled orders. That's what you want to find, because once these orders become filled, then a good part of the movement has already taken place. Doesn't it make sense to be able to get in kind of at that turning point right when the big buy orders and the big sell orders are going to enter the market? And basically, those orders are the unfilled orders of the big institutions. We're just, with our core strategy, showing you how to identify with a high degree of accuracy where that is. It's price. Price is the most important thing, because the proper price to enter or exit a position will also dictate the quality of your protection and also the quality of your profit. You can be protected. You can participate in the upside move of the market and still be protected if you know how to do that. You know the right assets, and you're probably not being talked to about that by your financial advisor. And let's just say that the market does roll over, and by the way, it's going to at some point in time. Markets always correct. They always go through eventually bear markets. So when that happens, how are you going to be prepared? Not only to protect yourself, but how can you participate when the market's going down and beneficially participate financially? Can you do that with what you have now? Our students can, and that's what we teach you because the market moves three different directions, and there are opportunities all three directions.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So in trading and investing, rather than having a one-way strategy, you need a three-part strategy. Think about it this way. We have the World Series right now. We all know the Atlanta Braves from back in, I believe it was 1993 when the Minnesota Twins took the Atlanta Braves down. I think it was 93 or 91, one of the two. And, it's all about pitching. Pitchers don't have one pitch. They have a fastball, they have a slider, they have a curveball, a knuckleball, whatever that may be, a spitball, right? Well, that's the same thing in trading and investing is you need multiple directional strategies, not multiple strategies for multiple directions. But, what you talk about, we're going to have a market downturn at one point. Well, that's great. I mean, that's an opportunity. But it's also about taking part in this phenomenal opportunity we're seeing in these up markets right now. That's how I kicked the show off. Tesla, huge rate of return in the last month. Other stocks, huge rate of return. But also Facebook, an opportunity as it went down this past month. So these opportunities are there. It's understanding those strategies to take advantage of those. So learning those strategies and techniques we do in these investing classes right here in Bloomington. These workshops, they're free. And you can call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for this investing class right here in Bloomington, or we can do these virtually as well. So you can also text the word invest to the number 484848. You're going to get a text back with a link, and in that link will be the schedule plus a little preview on what you're going to learn in this upcoming investing class. Can't forget about giving away the Halloween snack pack. That's that financial quick start kit. There's a few topics on there on how to use the markets in up, down, and sideways markets, how to enhance or embrace this great volatility, but how to buy at wholesale and sell at retail, just like the financial institutions do. Al, coming up next, the final segment, we're going to talk about the day in the life of a trader, what that really looks like, because I think a lot of our investors, listeners, think that it's all about what the movies show. 952-814-4410 or text the word invest to the number 484848. We'll be right back.